What is going on, everyone? It's Kelly here, and I know you guys already saw the thumbnail of catching a monster wahoo. Right now I'm in my kitchen and we are about to make some crispy rice topped with some wahoo. Now, I went to Long Island a few months back during the winter time because in the wintertime in Florida and the Bahamas is our wahoo season. But unfortunately, when it's winter, it's normally super windy, and Long Island is one of the southern, if not the southernmost island of the Bahamas, and there's absolutely no coverage, so it gets super windy. When we were there for a week, it was blowing 30, 40 the entire week, so we only went offshore 2 days. Even though my friend Dusty does have an 80-foot Viking called the Surf Bum, it was a little bit choppy out there, but we managed to catch a 103-pound wahoo. We were all taken by surprise when this fish was gaffed and flipped into the boat. We were all in shock. The fishing wasn't really that good, honestly. It wasn't crazy, but we caught the biggest wahoo we've ever seen, and then a few more wahoo later that day and the next day. But I'm gonna make a wahoo dish in this video, and I have to show the footage catching this big wahoo. So you guys check it out. We got a good one. Ooh. Ooh. So they do exist. Oh, that's a good one.
Get it, Spencer. Nice fish.
Stud.
Yeah. I'm gonna need 2 for that one. Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Oh
That's a 100-pound wahoo! Holy!
Yeah!
What? Yes, we need photos! Holy what? Dude!
Get the belly on that boy.
Jamal.
Come on.
That's big. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that's over like 120 or 130.
What? Dang.
Yeah, I go 125.
Oh, that was Bettina's guess. 125.
125.
Told you!
If it's 125, I'm getting the value. That is huge. Yeah, that's like 125.
He just doesn't have the length. He's not real long. He's a fat fish.
Dude,
So we all made guesses on the boat of the weights.
But that one weighs 102. Like, it doesn't matter about the length, sometimes it's the girth.
The girth, look at the girth on that thing. He's fat.
He is fat.
You got a soft tape, Evan?
Oh my
Girth and
god.
everything to measure?
That's a normal wahoo.
Great, y'all.
Oh my god, that's a good one.
That's a big boy.
Wow. Good
We all
job.
have
Thank
They
you.
got me, yeah.
We're about to weigh this monstrosity of a wahoo that we got. We've all been taking bets on the weights of the fish, just people on the boat and some close friends and family. And Dusty said $100, whoever gets the closest without going over. This thing is a toad. It's already 45. 65, 67, 68, 81,
Sorry,
82,
Caleb.
84, 85, 89, 90. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Woo! We're over 100.
Oh.
102. Oh, hold on, hold on. 103.
That's it.
103.
103.
Our goal was to make it over 100.
103.
Woohoo! 103.
You got another scale, Jamal?
I told you she was a little
Jamal.
short and her tail's a little thin.
So yeah, this Wahoo definitely has the girth but not the length, but that's incredible. Dusty beat her goal. Her goal was to catch a
103.
Wahoo over 100 pounds, so we definitely achieved that. What a beautiful, awesome fish.
Very nice. Nice
We wanna
work,
get a picture with it?
everyone.
All right, so the fish is 103, Shelby's 102, Cooper's 103.
That's it. That's
Cooper.
It right there. But there's two, 103.7 and then 103.
Cooper and Jarrett, but it's 103 on the dot, so Cooper's closer.
Cooper's closer.
Jarrett was right there. Good
Jarrett was
job.
close.
Good job, old girl.
Everybody's
You
think she was
no cheating, no
No
cheating.
cheating.
I don't know.
Then Cooper won.
Cooper won.
Will you know when you open
Good
it up?
job, Coops! They sure do eat pretty good.
Yes, they do.
These sharks eat a lot of wahoo. That's one thing in Long Island is once you start filleting these fish, these sharks know it. They're here waiting for their free snack. Bull sharks, lemon sharks, nurse sharks, reef sharks,
Big shark.
big sharks, small sharks, a lot of sharks.
Look at that one. Mac Daddy right there.
Oh god, I thought that was your phone, Dusty. The hose. Luckily, no. Look at the little foresight jack. When we went to the scales to weigh this fish, we were all taking bets. So us and some close friends, I had a list going of the bets of the guesses of the weight. Now this fish had a lot of girth, but it wasn't that long. So the girth and the head of the Wahoo screamed like 120 pounds, 118 pounds. But in reality, the Wahoo wasn't as long. So that weight kind of got deducted and it was 103. So when we weighed on the scale, I remember filming and everyone was like silent. Even though it was a 100-pound fish and it's amazing, it didn't seem like the weight that it should have been, if that makes sense. But regardless, it was an exceptional fish and we were super stoked to catch that Wahoo. I have 2 pieces of Wahoo here from that trip and I am making some sticky rice right now. We have to add our rice vinegar, sugar, and salt to our rice once it cools down a little bit. And then I also have some egg roll wraps. I'm gonna cut these into little chips, fry them in peanut oil, and that way I can make some Wahoo nachos and some Wahoo topped crispy rice. Benley, want some Wahoo? Oh, you want some Wahoo? Come here. Here you go. Good boy. As for the sauce going on the Wahoo, we're going to do some sriracha. We have some Japanese style mayonnaise that I found at the store. Kewpie? Not sure if I'm saying that right, but we're going to use it. A little bit of lime juice. Normally I would use regular limes, but I don't have any. Whoa, that just kind of exploded everywhere. Got some sriracha. Japanese mayo. Probably would benefit mixing first, but you know what? We're just kind of going with the flow. And a little bit of lime. Gonna give that a little stir and mix it up with our fish. Probably gonna add a little more mayo. I want it a little more saucy. A little more lime. Now if you're a spicy person, you know, add more sriracha. I don't like things too spicy, so I did a little more mayo. Then some sesame seeds. And a little hint of ponzu. Normally I would just top it with this, but I'm gonna add it to the mix. 'Cause why not? I'm gonna set this in the fridge and get to the crispy rice and the nacho wontons. For our sushi rice, we're just going to follow the instructions on the back of the rice container, and that is got our rice vinegar, stir that around. And the sugar is important because that's what's going to make our rice sticky rice. However, I don't really use sugar that much. This is some sugar I use for coffee, and not really, but it's got some vanilla in it. So we're gonna steal some sugar out of here. Half a tablespoon. Sprinkle it in there. And mix your rice. Went ahead and cut up my wonton egg roll into little square slices here. And I'm waiting for I'm using peanut oil. I feel like this is kind of like the safest oil there is. Not so I don't use vegetable oil or canola oil. But if you guys have a healthier option of oil frying things, let me know. I think avocado oil I could use. So maybe I'll try that out. But let me know in the comments below if you guys have a healthy alternative to oil to fry things in. So once the oil's hot, we're gonna fry our little chips. In the meantime, I'm gonna make little patties with the sticky rice. I'm gonna add some sesame seed oil to my pan, and we're gonna give those a little bit of a crisp. We're gonna make 2 crispy rice balls. Whoa! Puffing up. A little chip. If you guys ever look for these egg roll wraps, they're always in the vegan section at the stores, FYI. And they're normally refrigerated. Alright, this one's pretty done. They cook very fast, as you can see. A little bit. Alright, some more going in. These are kind of just fun to make, honestly. You could probably use tortillas as well, maybe? Nah, not really. You could, but I like the wonton egg roll texture. The peanut oil definitely browns fast. Perfect. That one came out pretty good. Alright, so leave them in there a little bit less longer than I did, because this one came out perfect. These a little toasty, but they'll do. This might be a terrible idea. This might be a good idea. I'm not too sure. So we're gonna find out together. If you know me, I don't really fry a lot of foods, ever. So we're gonna see if this turns out. Alright. Ready? Give it a little flip. It's not really browning like I thought it would. Dang, this has got to fry for a while. I'm kind of liking the pan sear better. Oh boy. But here's our peanut fried rice ball with our pan seared fried rice balls. If you guys have ever been to Long Island, you know the marina where people fillet fish gets super sharky. There are a few other marinas in the Bahamas that get sharky as well, but the one in Long Island, you're toast. If you fall in, you are toast when there's fish being filleted. Now, like in the morning and sometimes like 12, like noon, like the sharks aren't too bad, but that evening time, they come in full throttle. Me being in the Bahamas and lobster season coming to an end, I'm like, I just want to find a lobster for dinner. That's all I want. And we couldn't make it to go offshore to get some coral, to go find coral heads or go lobster diving. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just dive the marina in Long Island, just around the jetty on the outside. I wasn't going to go inside the marina just because of the sharks. So I did. I went in off the rocks and I tried to look for some lobster. Unfortunately, I didn't have any luck. I did see a nice mutton come swim up to my pole spear and some yellow jacks. And my inner instinct was to shoot it, but I was like, nope, because as soon as I shoot this fish, it's going to get sharked immediately and I'm probably going to lose my pole spear. So I didn't take the shot. And when I made that decision not to take the shot, I looked over my left shoulder and there was a reef shark right there. So I'm happy I didn't shoot the fish. But in addition to trying to find lobster in the marina during the day, I also tried at night. I tried shining some flashlights at the rocks at night with my pole spear to see if I can't just like gig one from the rocks. And we did see a couple lobster. However, some of them went right into a rock or they was just too deep for me to get to them. So no luck on the lobster, unfortunately. I had some leftover seaweed from making sushi the other night. I was gonna lay it on it, but I think I'm just gonna throw it right in the mix. I need to go get some rice seasoning. It's called like furikake. I forget what the seaweed's called. I think I pronounced that right. But I'm just gonna mix up this seaweed in here. Alright. Topping our rice. Just like that. Oh, this looks so good. Now normally I would buy that little like neon green seaweed at the store to put on the WAHOO nachos, but honestly it's full of preservatives and dyes and I'm not really crazy about it, so I went with the dried seaweed route, as you guys can see here, just for a little bit more healthier of an option. And last but not least, our little fried rice ball here. As for our little sauce on top, I'm gonna try to puree this mango in the blender because I want to top our WAHOO with a little mango. Now, when you visit Long Island, you have to check out the Dean's Blue Hole. It is a very deep blue hole. It's about 633 feet, which is 202 meters deep. A lot of freedivers go there to practice, well, freediving because it's a really deep hole. And it is absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of that here while I puree this mango. It is a cold and windy day in Long Island, Bahamas. We're at the Blue Hole. It's in a little cove, so it's a little protected right now, but as you can see over there, the waves are kicking. And here's the Dean's Blue Hole, where they actually do freediving competitions off that platform. Walking up to get a little better view of the hole. I would love to dive it, but it's a little chilly out today. So we're just doing some island exploring today. Whew. Your sticks. There's some pointy rocks.
There, Cody, crawl in there.
You think the nest is still in there?
Corey, you crawl in the cave. You're crawling in me.
Got it. Whew. That's a view. It's a little rough over there. It's so pretty. I wish it was warm. Gosh, this should be such a good beach to swim at. That looks pretty cool up in here. It's so nice how this big, like, cove just protects you from the wind.
There he goes.
I don't know what he's looking for.
Food.
Needless to say, Long Island's a pretty cool place. Very, very remote. Oh, and I almost forgot, there's also wild flamingos that live there. Not this trip, but last year I did see wild flamingos, so that was pretty cool. But went ahead and blended up my mango, put a little mango, a little avocado, topped with some sesame seeds. And I wish I had some eel sauce, but I don't. Woo, that was a lot. Using a little soy sauce to top it off. They're looking pretty good. Voila. Alright, I know there's going to be no easy way eating these balls of rice here. So we're just going in with a fork. They look pretty. Until you gotta eat them. Cheers. Mmm, yummy. So good. Finally, I would give you some, but there's kind of a little sriracha in there. You might not like it. Rice is exceptional. Let's go in for the chip. Gotta be messy. I just had a big bite of seaweed in that one. That was good. Yummy. The mango's nice because the soy sauce. Like I was saying, the soy sauce is salty. And then you have the sriracha, which is a little hot, a little spicy. And then you got the mango, which is a little sweet. And then the avocado is just like a nice texture, I guess. But oh, it's a mess. Brought a napkin. So good, Finley. Yummy. Finley, I know you really want some, but you're not gonna like the spice. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I wish I could have filmed more on the island, but like I said, the weather was just nasty. So, it might not look like that on the camera, but the wind, Finley's trying to chase that squirrel over there. The wind was honking, so luckily I filmed that wahoo coming in because I I mean, it's hard to say. I don't know if I'll ever catch a bigger wahoo than 103 pounds. I mean, maybe, but that is definitely a once-in-a-lifetime fish. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, leave a positive comment below, and we'll see you guys on the next one. See ya!